Hey guys, it's Tom Box. Welcome to your Monday episode of Storytime Ruling Nightmares. Now we've got some buttholes, we've got some sharks, but more importantly, we've got some stories where people get their just desserts. Burn for 1500 life points. Now we recently broke 40k life points. I mean, not life points, 40k subs, and I'm really thankful to you guys. I think you guys will like this one. Now several of these were user submitted, so if you guys want to contribute to Storytime, you can do so by joining the Discord and go to the channel r-that-happened. Yeah, so anyways, without further ado, let's get into this. The Sharky Sleeves. This happened a few years ago during the Duelist Alliance days, so it's a little unclear, but I was at regionals basically playing round after round, and during round 3 or 4, there was a judge call near the end of the round from a player that sat next to me. We'll call the judge caller Daryl and the other dude Mark. Now I looked at the board, the game state was basically over for Daryl, but Daryl calls, "Judge!" The judge arrives, and the judge says, "So what's the problem?" And Daryl explains, "My opponent has marked cards. His sleeves are not all the same." And he goes ahead and points out some of the cards near the bottom of the graveyard, about 10 cards down. This was a BA mirror match, and indeed, if you look carefully, they were different. They were both matte, like old version versus new versions of the same manufacturer, a very slight color difference. Mark explains, "I swear I didn't know they were different. I'm colorblind. They felt the same and really looked the same to me." The judge asks Daryl, "So when did you notice this?" Daryl replies, "I thought it was odd in game 2 when I used Book to flip down his monster. I thought it was one of his side cards," and the judge cuts him off there. "So you noticed it before the current game?" Daryl replies, "Yes." Now the judge asks, "So whose turn is it and what phase are we on?" Mark replies, "It's my turn and it's the battle phase." The judge assesses the current field and the statements from the players, and he walks over to the head judge and comes back with a statement. The judge says to Mark, "By my assessment, I'm issuing you a warning, a mark cards minor MC minor, as there is no pattern to your mark cards and it's actually very difficult to tell." As for judge speaking to Daryl, "And you, Daryl, you'll be issued a warning as well. That has been elevated to a game loss for a past infraction of unsporting conduct of Rule Shark. As you have already noticed this issue, one whole game ahead, and you could have called judge, but you waited until the game state is unfavorable before you made your call." Daryl just lashes out, "But he's the one with the marked cards and I'm getting a warning because the other guy isn't playing fair? This is stupid." Daryl was completely pissed off, and it seems like his backup plan backfired, so Daryl just got instant karma. He picked up his stuff and just left, and didn't see him after that round. So wow, pro strat, just keep a scummy backup plan just in case you're about to lose, and then pull out the Rule Shark card to take game 3. But seriously though, if you notice an issue, you should raise attention to it right away. And as for those who are colorblind, try to get a friend or a judge to inspect your sleeves so you have a consistent sleeve color. Dark Hole. Seattle, many years back, I faced off against an older opponent. He was known to be a bit of a rule shark around these parts. Now, I love playing with foreign cards. You know, us NA players, gotta love those Euro prints. And I don't remember which game this was, but I remember there was 4 monsters on my opponent's side of the field. So I activated a German Dark Hole. The shark goes, "You got a translation for that?" And I'm like, "Are you serious? Look, there's one in your graveyard." I pointed to the top card of his graveyard. But the shark goes, "Oh, well, that's not my question. Do you have a translation for that card?" I actually started to panic a little. I lent my one copy I had for translation to a friend, and our sharky friend was quick to call judge. The judge arrives, and the judge asks, "What's going on?" The shark replies, "Well, he doesn't have a translation for his dark hole." But the judge notices there was one and says, "Oh, I see a translation right there in your graveyard." Shark goes, "That's my dark hole. He doesn't have one." I think the judge just lost his cool now. It's like, "Are you serious? I think I am done here. I'm going to issue you a slow play warning. And if you bug us again one more time, we're gonna add a UC minor for rule sharking. Then he looks towards me and says, well, make sure you have a translation before the next round, common knowledge or not. Now, I probably would have gotten into bigger trouble if he didn't play his dark hole, because I actually did not have my translation available. So, yeah, see, I swear, if I see you guys play as German Dark Magician, I'm gonna call judge on you guys so you guys get a game loss for not having translations for a vanilla monster. Wow, it seems like everybody's a bit of a rule shark these days. The Bendmaster. This one's submitted by Goggle Candy in the Discord. So as I've been judging Yu-Gi-Oh since 2003, I have some stories, but I'll start with one about why a judge should never play in their own events. So this takes place in early 2012 after the Dark World Structure deck came out. I had traveled an hour to a store's local for a sneak peek event and stayed for the tournament. In the third round, I play against Dave. Now Dave used to come up to the store where I judge locals, but left after I took issues with him making judge calls as a player and once storming out when I ruled against him. Can't remember the scenario now though. Anyways, he sits across from me and I ask who's judging the locals, which he says that he is. Immediate red flags, as I never play in any locals I run on principle. So it gets to game 3 with my Dark Worlds against his 6 Sams. He has an open field, but I'm fishing for something to put on board. I play Card Destruction with Silva in my hand. Dave goes, "You can't play that. I have no cards in my hand." And I go, "Well, it doesn't require that. You can check on the judges forum or the wiki. As long as I can discard, your hand is irrelevant." Dave replies, "Well, I'm the judge at this locals and I say you can't." So unable to really do anything about it, I watch him kill me the following turn. No less than 3 minutes later, after he calls pairing for the next round, he walks towards me. "Oh, but I looked it up online. Yeah, you're right. Oh well." Dude walks away smug and goes on and win his own locals tournament. I did get the last laugh in the end though. 4 years later, I started to head judging our store's regional tournaments, and guess who's never allowed to judge a regionals in the area? Conflict of interest much? Abusing your judge power. "I'm the judge. Patak redraws 3 cards only when your name is Dave." That's like the secret text written in Winged Dragon of Raw. Like, honestly, why do you need to be smug like that? With like a reputation like that, you traded away your judge's reputation for a locals win. I hope it was worth it for you at the end of the day, buddy. Bones versus Yugi. This one, you're in for a ride. Bones, we'll call him B, and little Yugi, LY. BONZY is at it again with his zombie deck, if you remember from episode 1. So I was playing my match and sat beside BONZY and little Yugi. My opponent and I got super distracted and watched the most amazing game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Unfold. Now, Bones is a young teen, and little Yugi is actually a little kid playing a Yugi deck, obviously. And little Yugi is kind of new to the game, but we don't have time to babysit him through an entire tournament. We're like, maybe he'll learn on his own. And the other players just wanted the kids to have a good time. So, Bones is notorious for playing his own version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of like Season 1 or even Season 0. And what caught our attention this time was the conversation. Little Yugi goes, "I activate Eternal Soul to summon out my Dark Magician." Bones interrupts him. He's like, "Okay, you've activated your trap card on your turn. Therefore, your turn ends. It's now my turn and I draw." He proceeds to draw a card. Everyone that saw that was shocked. Like, WTF just happened. Little Yugi goes, "Well, in that case, I then activate my Eternal Soul to summon my other Dark Magician from my graveyard." Again interrupted. "You can't. It's once per turn. And since it's my turn, I draw." Like, wait, hold on a second. Did he just cut his turn short and then said it was the same turn? And did he just draw a bunch of cards in one turn? Like, holy crap, everything's so wrong about this. So I interject. "You just drew for the turn. Like, wait, why does his turn end?" And little Yugi goes, "I can beat him. Just whatever, just let us keep playing." And at this point, I was gonna let the kid fight his own battle. Now, important note here, see, Bonesy's deck does not have a full extra deck. I mean, he's basically lacking a nightmare package, Phoenix, Unicorn, Cerberus. I kept an eye on the game and tried to finish my own game so I can supervise how Little Yugi's game was going to unfold. Now, some turn later, BONZY had 4 monsters on board, a Bela Roach, a Gozuki, and a Unizombie, all main monsters on monsters. BONZY goes, I activate Gozuki! He picks up his deck, looks through it, and then puts it back down. Never mind, I don't activate it. Now I interfere him again this time. Like, you said you activated and you are resolving right now. Dump a card. You can't just take it back after you looked at your deck. Bones like reluctantly goes, oh, okay, I send Glow Bloom, and with its effect, I special summon out Bela Roach, and I chain Book of Life to banish your Magician's Rod, and since I chain them, I have to summon them, giving me a 6 monster zone, and because I have to summon 2 monsters now. He proceeds to not summon into his extra monster zone, but instead he summons on top of his graveyard because, you know, there's zombies. And I go, whoa, hold it. You can't do that. There's no space. This game, you only have 5 main monster zone and 1 extra monster zone. And if you have no space, you don't get to summon. And wait, where's your zombie world? You can't summon out Bela Roach without zombie world. At this point, Little Yugi is getting sick of his crap now. He goes, yeah, stop cheating, you dirty cheat. You're a cheater. Bones defends himself. I'm not cheating, I just didn't know. Anyways, I'm not gonna use Glow Bloom now. He attempts to put it back into the deck, and I interfere again. Whoa, stop it right there, buddy. That was for Gozuki. This is a different copy. This drags on for some time now, and to shorten the story a bit, the other thing he tried was using Bela Roach to negate Little Yugi's gravity bind that prevented him from attacking for 7 turns. I mean, he was stopped as that monster can only negate zombie monsters, and Little Yugi managed to summon out a Dark Magician in defense mode and put out a Slifer the Sky Dragon at 7,000 attack points. Then time was called. BONZY goes, I win because I dealt 500 damage. Little Yugi goes, no you don't win. I won because Dark Magician dealt a direct attack after you used 1,000 knives on your Unizombie. So their match ends in a draw because BONZY actually won the first game. No one really paid attention to what he did there. And ever since that day, everyone keeps an eye out whenever BONZY is playing. Now, to be fair, BONZY genuinely doesn't know the rules at all, but that doesn't excuse him from butchering the rules. Next thing you know, he's going to be attacking the flotation ring off of my Castle of Dark Illusions by firing his Bela Roach at it, and then attacking the moon, causing all my monsters to be revealed beneath the sea. Alright, that's all I got for this video, you guys. If you guys enjoyed this, got a chuckle out of it, got a good laugh, hit that like button. And if you guys want to see more stuff from MST.TV or you want to see more storytime videos, hit that subscribe button. I activate my subscribe card once per turn. And, well, you guys have to hit that button now, unless you have a counter trap. Anyways, until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please drop us a like so we know we are doing a good job, and you can also subscribe to MST.TV for more fantastic videos by clicking on the button on the left. Don't forget to check out our partners at Imperium Duelist. They make really high quality mats, including some of my own limited edition release stuff. And if you want to check out one of our past videos, click here on the right. As always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV, and I'll see you next time.